$5,000 is what I'm gonna be spending in this video to see if these Pokemon mystery packs are even worth it. This is actually my first time ever opening digital mystery packs. You know, I always open like normal packs like you guys, but I've never actually opened any of these digital packs, and I'm sure many of you guys are wondering if it's even worth it. So we loaded up $5,000 onto my account, and we're gonna see if we can get lucky. But first, we're gonna get started off with maybe a $100 pack, and let's see if there's anything good in here. Let's see what we can get. Alright, so it says tap to select a pack to open. So I can spin it around. Let's see if we can get some good luck on our first pack. We have to swipe right. I'm kind of struggling right now. Okay, it's actually very simple. Never mind. Alright, let's see what we can get for our first card. Ooh, we actually got a really good one. That is the Umbreon Darkrai GX from Tag Team All-Stars. I believe that's a set that it's from, and it's a PSA 9. Okay, so we already made $27 on our first pack, which is pretty crazy. So we have an option to either sell it, or we have an option to keep it in the vault. I think we're going to keep it in the vault for now. But that's actually a really good card. What the heck? I didn't actually expect that. Alright, so we still have, you know, quite a bit of money to spend in this video, and we will open some that are $1,000, which is this ultimate pack. And if this video does well, make sure to drop a like down below, because I will be opening the CrownCards Diamond pack, which I believe is their most expensive pack that they have to offer. So we already got really lucky. That's a really cool card. Let's open another one. Let's see if we can get another tag team card. Those have been going up in value lately, and they're really, really cool. Let me know what is your guys' favorite tag team card. So right here we got the Mew VMAX. It's a PSA 9, which is from Fusion Strikes, and I mean, that's a great card. These have been doing really well as well, like the Mew VMAX, and same with the Gengar from Fusion Strikes. And I'm going to keep this one also in the vault. And you guys do have the option to, I believe with this application, you guys can like buy and sell your cards, which is pretty cool. So you guys can get a lot of really cool cards. I'm actually kind of curious about the $5 pack. All right, let's spin it around. And let's see if, I'm not expecting anything crazy. I mean, it's a $5 pack, but maybe we can get really lucky. Okay, so we got an Arvin's Greedent, which is just a $2 card. So we did lose some money here, so let's just keep it in the vault. All right, let's see what else we have here. So we have a $10 pack. The max pull is $200, which isn't too bad. We can open one of those just to see what we can get. Let me know if you guys have, you know, ever used any of these like digital packs, because I think they're really cool. Especially if you guys are struggling to get products. So we got a Kricketune V, which is a full art, and I don't actually know where this is from, the set. I know it's from Sword and Shield because it's a V card, but not too bad. I mean, it's a Kricketune. But let's go back to maybe a $50 pack, because I actually want to open one of each pack. So we already opened the $10 pack, the $5 pack. Let's open a $1 pack, which the max pull is a $20 card, which would be pretty epic if we can get a $20 card out of here. So let's see what we can get. A Wondrous Patch, which is a playable card, so I'm gonna add that to the vault. You know, not too bad. I mean, if you guys play the game, you guys know that that's a pretty good card in the Slowking deck, or any deck that runs maybe even the Lily's Clefairy, and same with the Alakazam deck. All right, so we have, I think we opened the $25 pack, I believe so, but we can open another one just to make sure, right? Let's spin. Let's open the pack, and we can actually speed up the process. Oh, we got a Radiant Alakazam, which is in Japanese. Pretty cool card. All right. Now, I believe we haven't opened a $50 pack. Let's see if we can get anything cool from this pack. And let me know if you guys end up, you know, using the app, if you guys get anything, like, good. Oh, okay, we got a Venusaur, which is the one from the collection box, I believe. I don't think it's the anniversary one. So that's a really cool card. I believe we spent like $50 on this pack, which is pretty crazy. And it's a PSA 9. We can, yeah, that's a really good pack. All right, so now let's open maybe one of the packs that is $250, because we did open a pack for $100, which is where we got the Umbreon Darkrai card. The max pull for this is 5,000. All right, let's give it a spin. Let's speed it up. And we got a Numble. This is the illustration rare from Ascended Heroes. $275 card. That is crazy. Wow. Alright, so we basically, I think we broke even on that pack, which is, yeah, that is pretty crazy. Alright, let's open a couple more packs that are $100. And let's just see if we can get lucky, get another tag team card. That'd be great. Okay, we got a Tyranitar EX. So this is a Prismatic Evolution promo card. 125. That is a pretty sick card. I believe those came in like those like collection boxes, if I'm not mistaken. Let's open another one for 250. It seemed like, you know, that Numble card was pretty cool. It was an illustration rare. I'm a big fan of illustration rares. Let me know if you guys have a favorite one. Oh, we got the Ho-Ho. This is Ethan's Ho-Ho, and it is the one from, I believe it's in Destined Rivals, if I'm not mistaken, but this is actually the Japanese version. That is a sick card. Some people are saying, if you guys play the game, it's going to be a pretty playable card, potentially with that new Mega Rayquaza card. And let me know if you guys are a fan of that Mega Rayquaza card, because I do think it's pretty epic. Alright, we have a pack that is 500, and the max pull is $10,000, and the minimum pull is 150. So let's see if we can get something good out of our pack here. Let's give it a spin. Let's speed up the process. And we got a Rockruff, and this is from Silver Tempest. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. So we have the option to sell if we want to, you know, go back in and try to see if we can get something better. But that's the Rockruff from Silver Tempest. That's another illustration rare. That's pretty sick. Alright, let's open maybe another pack for 250. And let's give it another spin. Alright, let's speed up the process. And we got a Charizard GX. And this is the one from the Detective Pikachu movie, actually. That is a really cool card. I actually used to own this before. But I eventually sold it. I believe I had a PSA 10, but we have a PSA 9 here. That's not too bad. I mean, if you guys have ever seen the Detective Pikachu movies, they're a pretty good movie to watch. All right, let's open another one for 250. Let's see if we can get something good. All right, let's give it a tap, and we got the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies. So this is not the Moonbreon, but it's still an Umbreon. Nonetheless, you know, we did get the Umbreon VMAX, not the Umbreon VMAX, the Umbreon GX with the Darkrai. So we're actually kind of getting cooked on these $250 packs, but let's go back to the $100 one. Maybe we need to refresh it. Let's see if we can get something good. Ooh, the Zacian from, I believe this is from Journey Together. Yeah, this is a Hop Zacian. Pretty cool card. Alright. You know, I think it's time to open a $1,000 pack. We already spent $2,000, and I believe we can check our inventory. So this is all the stuff that we got. We did get some pretty good cards. But let's see if we can get an even better card from this $1,000 pack. And as I said, you know, if you guys can drop a like down below, I'll open the diamond pack in a future video. So let's open a $1,000 pack. Let's see what we can get inside. Let's give it a little rip. Alright, let's see what we can get. Ooh, the Morpeko illustration rare. This is the one from Paradox Rift, I believe. $500 card. That is pretty sick. I believe I actually own this card, which is, you know, I guess I have a second copy. I can always sell it and, you know, go back in and buy some more cards. Alright, let's see here. We have the Sapphire pack, and let's open one of the $500 ones again. And hopefully we can make some of our money back. Alright, give it a spin. Ooh, the Absol. This is a Mega Absol in Japanese, and I believe this is the one from Mega Evolution. Pretty cool card. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. It actually kind of reminds me of the Noivern V from Evolving Skies. It gives like that same vibe. Let's open. I don't think we got anything crazy yet from like these $250 packs, so maybe, you know, our luck is coming and we can get something pretty cool. Oh, we got the Candace. This is from Silver Tempest. And it's the full art version. All right, let's add that to the vault. And let's open some more gold packs. Let's open a few of them and just see what we can get inside, because I do want to see like what inventory that they have. Ooh, a Poly World. This is the one from 1996. I believe it's the base set one. Pretty cool. So, spent 100, got a card that was worth 112. All right, so we could actually open one more for 1,000. I say we risk it, and let's see if we can get something out of this pack. Let's give it a little spin. Let's hope we can get something crazy. Oh, okay, we did get something pretty crazy. This is a Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Ascended Heroes. $1,000 card. Wow. That is crazy. So we got it in a PSA 9. I believe I have the one from Destined Rivals, but I don't actually have this one. So that'd be a pretty cool card to add to my collection. And now we're left with $159. I'd say we pretty much like broke even. Like we came in with 5,000. Actually, I'm not sure if we broke even yet, but we did get a $1,000 card. 1,500 there. But yeah, we did get a... Honestly, I'd say... You know, it's fun to open these packs, and we did manage to get, you know, break even on that pack, and we do have the option to like sell and like go back in, which I'm gonna probably do for the future video. Oh, the Dunsparce EX from Journey Together, another one of those. This one came from a $100 pack. That's a pretty cool card. I actually used to run that card in one of my decks, which is pretty cool to see in a PSA 9. All right, let's go back over here. We can open a pack for $50, and then the rest we can just spend on some of those like little packs. All right, let's speed it up. Reshiram EX. This is so nostalgic for me. I grew up during this era. Pretty cool card. I know I have it in a binder somewhere. So that is a pretty nostalgic card for me. So now we're left with $9. We can open one of the basic packs. Let's see if we can get... I believe the max value is like $50 for this. So we got a Zamazenta. All right, let's go back over here. We can open 4 of these. Let's give it a tap. All right, let's see. Speed it up. And Polion. All right, add that to the vault. Let's open another one. So we have 3 more packs we can get. You know, if we can get something cool out of them. Oh, Mencino. All right. Let's open another pack for $1. A Miraidon, all right. Let's add that to the vault, and let's spend our last dollar. And let's see if we can get something cool. An Ents PP Up. All right, that is from like the Ents deck. If you guys play the game, pretty useful card. But I'd say for the most part, we did get some pretty cool cards. I was pretty happy about this Umbreon Darkrai card. And as I said, you guys have the option to sell back. So I can sell it back. Okay. That is pretty much it for the video. If you guys want me to sell my inventory and go back in and put some more money on top to see, you know, if I can open one of these diamond packs and see what's inside, make sure to drop a like down below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.